Mike, earlier we talked about water damage and how sometimes if someone doesn't recognize the depth of what has happened here, they may end up with mold. And I believe you handle mold remediation. What is that, and how do you attack a problem like that?
We do. We do handle mold remediation, and basically it really depends upon what the material is and where it's located. So it's kind of hard to categorize everything, but primarily we believe in source removal. Any material, if it's the wood behind the sheetrock, if the 2x4s are molded, you need to clean it down to a clean surface and test it and make sure it's okay. We don't believe in just covering up a problem.
Yeah.
You know, to make sure it's gone, you remove it, clean it, and make sure it's okay. And like I said, it depends upon the material, and it depends upon the area of the house. I mean, it could be something as simple as setting up a containment area, which is basically making sure that you don't have the mold, when you're cleaning, the mold spores aren't spreading throughout the rest of the house.
Right.
But it could be something as a little corner of the house, or it could be, you know, blocking off rooms at a time. You know, so it really depends. There's no two that are ever alike.
Okay.
It's really, you know, case sensitive for that particular project.
That's interesting what you said, because I would guess that would be difficult to assess. How far has the mold gone? And do you have ways to kind of assess that? For instance, if the mold starts in the basement and it starts to go up the walls, I mean, how do you kind of assess how far the damage has gone? Do you use equipment or?
Yeah, some of it, I mean, the first part, of course, is just visual. And beyond the visual, there's ways I can do a sample, air samples, and also tape samples of if I can see it, I can do a tape sample. So there are different ways of testing to see if there's still molds.
Okay.
Mold's natural. You're going to have it anyway. It occurs natural in nature. It's when it exceeds certain levels or certain types that it becomes a problem.
Okay.
So there are ways to do the testing. You know, we can do all those air tests. I mean, we don't do the actual test itself. I'll obtain the sample and then have a professional lab do the testing. And then, you know, find out from there if it's been remediated properly.
Very good. Mike, if someone wants to reach you, what is your website?
It's www.stopofchestercounty.com.
Very good. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.